Welcome back, Shop Rats. It's another Talk About It Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about more stuff. Today I'm actually going to talk about Landman, the show on Paramount Plus with Billy Bob Thornton, and the stuff I've been learning from it. It's fun. Stick around. I'm Mike. You're watching My Car Shop. First, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Mark for turning me on to the show. There's only 2 seasons. They're filming now for season 3. It's a good show. It's entertaining. A lot of F-bombs. So if you're not into that, you're not going to enjoy it. Not that I'm into that, but it doesn't bother me because I'm surrounded by it every day. But it's been an interesting thing because I watched the show, the 2 seasons through the first time. This is car related, so bear with me. I watched this show through the first time just for the sheer entertainment value, and it's a fun story. If you're not familiar with the story, it's about a landman for the largest independent oil company in Texas, and just his life and what it's like dealing with these multi-bazillion-dollar deals, and blah blah blah, all kinds of drama. And, it's a TV show. But there's been an underarching thing that I've been picking up from it that has been strangely encouraging to me. And I'm finishing my 4th time through it now, those 2 seasons, because every time I watch it, I pick it up. Now, this is no new message for the MKS community. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely applies to what I'm doing with YouTube, and it applies to what I'm doing with my business, and it applies to life in general. I've talked about this before, but the thing that struck me and has really been driven home to me is just keep showing up. Now again, we've done episodes on that, but as I've gone through this series now for my 4th time, that's the thing that strikes me is Tommy, Billy Bob, just keeps showing up. Every day is about problem solving and just showing up and figuring stuff out. Boy, if that isn't about MKS, I don't know what is, but I am going to say it's strangely also applying to the huge struggles and challenges I'm having in my business, as well as some huge financial struggles I'm having in my life. It all kind of goes together to me. So I just thought I'd say it's not just about MKS, but it's about life lessons, about just keep showing up. I think my biggest struggle in the last number of years in all areas of life is opportunities just evaporated. Particularly in business, I found that to be true, that opportunities were just evaporating. And I was really struggling as I was watching my customer base dwindle down to nothing because I was going through some extremely difficult times on 3 fronts in the business. I won't get into that. But I found out who's loyal and who's not, that's for sure. And I get it. You know what? I get it. Finding loyal customers is tough. And the ones that have stuck, man, they have no idea how much I appreciate them, and I try to express that. But we couldn't land new customers, and that was a big challenge. Now, how does that apply to MKS? Because that's what you're here for. You're not here to hear about technology. You're here to hear about shop stuff. I think what I've discovered, and a lot of you guys have expressed frustration with this, is like the parts aren't available out there anymore, and you can't find cheap cars. And okay, I've beat that horse to death many times on the channel. It's my horse, and I'll beat it if I want to. The only way you're going to find that stuff is not by sitting in a corner whining about it. The only way you're going to find it is by just keep showing up in whatever ways that is. And it's not always going to look, I mean, I could make myself look really busy. I refuse to do that. I could make myself look extremely busy in all areas of life, run myself ragged from sun up to sundown, and be accomplishing absolutely nothing but give the appearance of really trying. That's just bull. That's not the kind of showing up I'm talking about. The kind of showing up I'm talking about is getting out there, putting yourself out there, letting people know what you do, and continuing to be open to those opportunities as they come along. They may not be the opportunities that you were always seeking, But sometimes beggars can't be choosers. You have to accept this opportunity because you never know that through that opportunity, another door for another opportunity is waiting, and you wouldn't have known it had you not walked through the first door. I'll be honest, like I'm not being honest before, 90% of the time, opportunities go nowhere or they're an end in themselves. Sometimes they're a one-off job, sometimes they're a one-off thing, and that's what you get. Other times, one door opens the door to another door, that opens the door to 6 doors, that opens the door to 100 doors, and that's the way it works. You only need that one chance to walk through that one door that's going to open 100 doors for you in the future. I'm also going to say this, it's not going to happen on your timeline. It's going to happen on the timeline it happens on. Some of you would say, well, it's up to the universe. Some of you would say it's up to God. Whatever your beliefs are, I'm not here to preach on that stuff too much. I have my personal beliefs. I do believe that I have to be ready for those opportunities, because if I'm not, I'll blow those opportunities. That is so real in MKS, because it is a frustration. I see MKS flourishing and growing and stuff just falling in my lap all over the place, and I think, what the heck? Why can't this happen in my other areas of life? Why can't this happen with the band and the music we're putting out? Why can't this happen with my business? Why can't this happen in 6 other things I'm doing in my life to try to figure out some way to start making a living again? Yeah. You can call it what you want. You can call it being put in the meat grinder. You can call it being refined in the furnace. You can call it, I don't care what you call it. You can call it a proctology exam for all I care, because a lot of times that's what it feels like. But until you're ready, until the work is done in you, those opportunities would be wasted because you're not ready for them. I'm winding down my 60th year of life. There's a lot of lessons I've learned in life I wished I had learned 40 years ago. I've never taken the easy road in anything. Anybody that knows me can attest to that. It's not who I am. That's not what I'm built for. If you knew the whole story, it's nuts. But more than anything, in my nearly 6 decades of life, I want to say to you, whatever you are going through, whether it is just simply in this obsession with cars or this hobby or whatever you define it as, or problems in your life or problems in your business or problems in your marriage or problems in your job, fill in the blank. Are you open and willing to let the work be done in you so that you don't have to go through all of this crap again? The beatings will continue until morale improves. Something that Tommy says in the show, in my words, not his words, because I can't remember exactly what he said, and I'll leave out the expletives. I'm just trying to get through this day so that I can end the day and get up tomorrow and do this bleep all over again. Yeah, I can relate to that. One of the things his dad challenges him is create the memories and find enjoyment in the little things. It's important. Man, that strikes me hard. So, yeah, the show strikes me on so many levels about, they're dealing with hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. And it's not that I haven't lived in that world, not billions, but it's not that I haven't lived in the worlds of dealing with millions. One thing I can say is find the joy in the little things, those little victories, that little part that you made, that little deal that you found, that one part you've been searching for forever and it fell in your lap today, or that one piece of equipment for the shop, or for me, that breaking that next milestone on YouTube. That's big for me. I was just talking with my buddy Just Mopar Joe about that. Told him I'm coming for him. He's got 25,000 subs, or I don't know what he's got. And I'm just shy of 6,000 subs, and I told him I'm gunning for you. And to me, that's a joke, and he knows it. And it's not a competition, obviously, but I always poke fun at the channels that I've outgrown, who I passed, and say, you know, if I'm getting close to them, I'm say, okay, race is on, let's go. I'm hitting the nitrous. Friendly competition, obviously, among friends. Those little things, no matter what they are, that's what matters in your life. Not just in your shop, not just in your projects, but in all of life. So that's my Talk About It Tuesday today. Thanks to Landman for the inspiration. Thanks, Mark, for letting me in on that. I definitely see why it's at the top of your list of favorite shows. And one more thing at MKS, and this is what makes the world go round, besides Fat Bottom Girls, because they do make the rockin' world go round. Rock!